Hello race fans, and welcome again to my YouTube channel. I'm VR Stuntman and we're at the Motegi Road course for round 6 of the Trophy League at vrring.org. The Motegi Road course, one of its features is that every single corner has a great big gravel trap right on the outside of it, so if you make a mistake and go off, you are going to spend a while trying to plug through that gravel to get your car back on the track, and you will lose a lot of time and probably a lot of places too. So we all have to be very careful, and also we have to make sure we don't push anybody else into a gravel trap. Anyway, this is the reverse grid race, the third race of the night, and the results are reversed from the previous race. That means Jordan, who pulled out, Jordan and Raptor, who both Jordan pulled out the previous race, so he's on pole, and he's an absolutely top driver, so red hot favourite to win this. Raptor, who had a long pit stop in the previous race, starts alongside him. They're the two grey cars on the front row. Rick is going to start third after his misfortunes in the previous race. Alan fourth, Turner fifth, Slicker sixth, JK looking in a good position in 7th. Then we've got Genobi 8th, Loki 9th, N10 10th, Setwave 11th, Carlos 12th, and Stuntman 13th. Now, the reverse grid races are often fraught with incidents and accidents, and that's because the faster drivers tend to be at the back and will want to overtake the slower drivers as fast as they can. The slower drivers will be racing for position. They won't want to get past. It's their opportunity to get a really good result. Last time we had a reverse grid race at Spa, the guy who did really well out of it was Slicker, who managed to come second, which was a great result for him. So hopefully we'll see some more slightly unusual results from this race. Anyway, it's up to the quick cars or the quick drivers to make their way through the traffic without causing accidents. And what I'm going to do, slightly different to what I normally do at the start of a race, is I am going to show you one of the drivers making great progress through the field. So I'll start the video now, and this is on board with N10. N10 starting 10th after finishing 4th in the previous race, and we're just going to stay on board with him to see how he moves up through the field. So neatly through turn 1 and 2, and we're already up to 8th, and that's a Raptor on the left going off, so that now we're up to 7th. Going down the inside into turn 3, outbraking Turner, and we're up to 6th. So already 4 places gained, and now putting pressure on Slicker as we come down the next straight into the very slow turn 5. Slicker defends, so N10 is going round to the outside, going for the cutback, and not quite making it. So still running 6th, but very close to, or in this train, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Again looking to the inside, and there's a bit of contact up ahead between Slicker and Alan, and now more contact between Alan and JK. That runs JK a bit wide, and we've got a great run on them all, and it's sort of 4 abreast, 3 abreast anyway, into the V curve, and N10 now up to 5th, now 4th. So 6 places gained on the first lap, and we haven't even finished yet, because N10 outbraking JK and making it to the apex and going up to 3rd. Brilliant stuff from him, and that is how you go up through the field. Beautiful example of it. Now I'm going to show you something slightly different. We're going to when this thing eventually wakes up, we're going to go the opposite way. Sorry about this, Genobi. We're going on board Genobi now, starting 8th. slicker ahead of us, and braking a bit early. That's Loki on the left, N10 on the right, and we've lost 2 positions already. And Setwave is starting to come around the outside. Seeing Loki off the track. We gained a place when Raptor goes off. So 10th, now 11th. Braking late, going to go around the outside at turn 3, and running off the track onto the grass. Just missed the gravel, but down in 12th. And it looks like Raptor, after making a mistake at turn 2, has pulled off the road. We're going to go on board now with Loki. I won't embarrass Genobi any further. Loki has the guys who finished 1st, 2nd and 3rd ahead of him. 1st, 2nd and 3rd in the previous race. And they're battling hard, and those 3 will be keeping an eye on each other, particularly between Setwave and Stuntman. Setwave has leaked a few points to Stuntman over the course of tonight's racing, so he'll be looking to get as many of those back as he can. Let's go on board with Alan. Whoops, that's Alan. So he's in this battle with Slicker on the right. As we come up to the hairpin, Alan is still running in 5th into the hairpin. That's Slicker making a move up the inside and through. Alan running a bit wide, it loses a bit of speed as they come down the downhill straight. It is actually called downhill straight, and braking into 90 degree, and nicely done by everybody there. 2 abreast. Slicker making a move on N10. You can see N10 was 3rd, but has dropped a couple of places to JK, and around the outside, Carlos. What a great move by Carlos. So I'm going to go on board with Carlos. He's made a bit of a break on Setwave and Stuntman by sneaking past Alan in a very clean move. So now we're starting lap 2. Let's have a look on board Setwave now. One of the key things you got to do, you got to pass these cars quickly, and Setwave is one of the very fastest in this room, so he's going to want to get past Alan as quick as he can, but he has to do it clean, and he wants to do it without losing too much time. We can already see that he's dropped quite a bit of time to Carlos. Anyway, he's about to make a move on Alan as we come up to what's that called, turn 5. And we're through. Now we're going on board with Stuntman. Stuntman is going to want to follow Setwave if he can. But Alan is racing for position here, so he's perfectly entitled to hold his line. And Stuntman ran the outside the first part of the S-curve, and that puts him on the inside for the second part. So good move by Stuntman. He's dropped a bit of time to Setwave there, but he'd be very pleased to bit of a tap. Stuntman left saw Alan coming there, left some room on the apex, and that probably meant that neither car got damage from that collision. Right, we're going to go on board Carlos. So Carlos has caught. He's passed Slicker. Let's go back and watch that. See how that happened. So we're into turn 5. I just rewound to turn 5. Slicker and N10 ahead of us. So N10 going back up to 4th place. N10 the white car, Slicker the purple one. Ahead of us is JK in the red car. Oh, and Slicker, well, he braked too late there really, and trying to regain that place from N10, trying to do what Stuntman just did actually. Or was about to do, and so Carlos gains that place, and now he is up to 5th already, having started in 12th place. So 7 places gained already by Carlos, and we haven't even finished lap 2. Right, going to go on board with Genobi, see how he's getting on. He's managed to get past Turner. He was down in 12th, and now he's on the back of Alan and Loki. So Genobi's made up some ground, and is looking quite racy. And braking, getting his braking point just right. Oh, big sideways moment from Alan in the orange car ahead of us, but didn't lose any real time. So Janobi through the last couple of corners. That's called Victory Curve. Let's go on board now with Setwave. Setwave has caught Slicker now, so Setwave looking for a move. He's going to want to try and keep Carlos in sight if he possibly can, and he's nicely placed in the slipstream, but I think Slicker is also getting a slipstream from the cars ahead. Setwave fill in the mirrors, just letting Slicker know he's ready to make a pass. Oh, I've noticed Alan has dropped back. Let's rewind and see what happened to Alan. Again, sorry guys. Right, so Alan making a move here on Loki. So this is rewound to the start of lap 3. Alan gets it sideways on the grass. Loki is still on the outside of us, but Alan gains that position. So good move by Alan there, up to 9th place. So what happened? Down into the braking point of turn 3 and off into the sand, and deep into the sand as well. So that's unfortunate. This is Turner. Turner is in 11th, just on the board, on the back of Loki and Janobi. Looks like Loki and Janobi are going to continue their battle where they left off in the previous race. But with Turner for company at the moment, and Turner will be hoping to stay with those guys. Right, that's Rick in the gravel. I'm going to do some more rewinding here, guys. Let's go and find out what happened to Rick. So we have Jordan leading the race and pulling away. In fact, he's got a very big lead. This is Rick. We go to the reverse camera shot. That's JK behind us. Now Rick did have a bit of a gap over JK on the first couple of laps, but JK has caught him and he's bringing that train of cars with him as well. So Rick under a bit of pressure now to come out turn 4 down the straight to turn 5. So let's see what happens to Rick. Brakes, turns in. And what happened there was JK was going to throw one up the inside, and then he got nudged by N10, which increased his speed, and we got damage on Rick's car and damage on JK's car. Whoa! And Rick just drives off the track. That's probably the damage that's just made his steering a bit funny, and he just drives off the track and ends up in the gravel and way out of contention. So very unlucky there for Rick. Right, let's go on board, shall we, with Setwave. We'll go to the onboard shot. He's sizing up Slicker, going for the inside. Whoops, almost turned Slicker around there, but Setwave backs out of it, and there's no harm done. But he's now under pressure from Stuntman. We'll go to the outside view. No, not under a lot of pressure from Stuntman there, so no real damage done. This is Turner in 10th place, still on the back of Loki and Janobi. Oh, that's a great camera shot. Cars running over the top of the camera, and through the last couple of curves, these 3 cars battling hard for 8th place. We're going to go back on board with Setwave. Now Setwave's having another attack on Slicker, and all the time he's making attempts and not getting past. He's losing time to the cars ahead. But this time he's in the tow, and Slicker isn't close enough to get a tow off anyone else. So Setwave now trying to go around the outside through turn 3, but nicely placed out of 4. Can he make it stick this time into turn 5? Good slipstream, but Slicker brakes nice and late. Runs a little wide, but that's closed these 3 right up. Absolutely nose to tail. Set Wave trying to find a way past into the S's. Still no way through for Set Wave. Now Stuntman is trying to take advantage of these 2 battling. He's got alongside Set Wave, but he's on the wrong side of the road and into the V curve, and Set Wave up the inside. And that was good clean stuff. Slicker saw him coming, but Slicker holds the place. Now down to the hairpin. Still Set Wave looking for a way past. He's been stuck behind Slicker now for over a lap. Slicker driving very well. Defensive and not giving Set Wave much opportunity here. Down to the 90 degree, and Set Wave looking to the inside, but that's just a threat. It's not a pass. Oh, but Slicker ran a bit slowly through there. And Set Wave trying to go round the outside. Still no way through, and still these 3 maintaining position. Going to have a look on board Carlos now. So there's a real fight here between JK, N10 and Carlos, these 3 second, third and fourth, and of course as far as championship points go, they're first, second and third in this race, because Jordan isn't going to score points. Jordan well clear of these 3. And we've had a pass by Set Wave. Let's replay that. So if I just click on Set and go back to the start of this lap, and it was down into turn 1. Set Wave on the inside, Slicker trying to run around the outside, and Stuntman is using the principle there's always room for another one if you're close enough. And Stuntman is through, gets the toe from Set Wave to make sure. Oh, and Slicker's planting one up the inside. Stunt forced to run wide, but holds on to the place. Very good racing from these guys. Fair and clean. Let's go back with the battle for second. N10 is still running up in third. Behind JK. JK, of course, with damage from contact with Rick. And these guys perhaps catching Jordan slightly. Oh, massive oversteer slide through a drift really by N10 through there. Oh, and just taps the back of JK into V corner, and that allows Carlos through. So Carlos just patient there and waited for the opportunity, and now Carlos looking to take second off JK. JK with left front damage. Ooh, big slide from N10 again. That really is N10's style. People think he's using a controller, a pad, but he isn't. He's actually on a steering wheel and holds some pretty major slides. There's another one, considering he's on a wheel. Right, so we are coming to the end of lap 5. Let's see what Genobi's up to. Oh, and he's running slowly. Let's rewind a little bit. So this is Genobi making a move out of the hairpin on his teammate Loki, and absolutely side by side down the downhill straight into 90 degree. Genobi later on the brakes, and too late on the brakes and in the gravel. Oh, what a shame. And he's completely lost touch with Loki, and that's Turner going past. He won't lose any more places. There's a big gap behind him to Alan. I think we saw Alan go off on lap 3 into the gravel. I'm afraid to tell you he did that on same thing on lap 4 and lap 5 as well. So Alan having a rather difficult race, and he's well out of contention. Rick is behind him even in 12th after a pit stop to repair damage. So we are now on lap 6, and I'm going to go on board Jordan. He's having a nice quiet race. Built up a lead straight away and extended it. Now it's being shrunk a little, but still pretty comfortable, Jordan. I would have expected him to pull away, but that's not happening. Anyway, we've got battle on for second place. Carlos now applying a lot of pressure to JK and having a look into the S's. And a bit of contact there. Carlos just nudges the rear of JK, but JK holds the slide well and continues in second. These two, of course, battled pretty hard in the first two races held tonight. Battled all the way through the first race at Fuji, and battled quite hard for a while in the second race. Behind them, N10 is dropping back. This is N10, and he's got Setwave right behind him. Let's go to the rear view camera. So down now to 90 degree, and Setwave making a move on to N10. He's up the inside, brakes later, and is through. Now that's good news for Setwave. He's managed to get a car between himself and Stuntman. He wants to get as many cars between him and Stuntman as possible. And through Victory Curve, and Stuntman is stuck now behind N10, and he won't want to see Setwave pull away. So 2 laps to go now. Going to go to the outside shot again. So it's Setwave in the blue, N10 in the white, and Stunt in the orange. And N10 a bit slow out of that corner, and Stunt gets alongside, and Stunt is in the tow, and that just gives him that 3/4 of a car length he needs to get past N10. So N10 losing a couple of places within half a lap there, so pretty unfortunate for him. See how Genobi's getting on. Genobi's got back past Turner, so Genobi up to 9th. I wonder if we can see that happen. Where did that happen? It happened a while ago. Where did it happen? Here we go. It's into the S bend. Genobi making a move. Alongside, is he? Yeah, he's alongside and ahead. So that was beautifully done by Genobi. I'll tell you, Genobi is one of the cleanest drivers you'll ever race against. Anyway, I'm going to fast forward back to where we were. So this is lap 7 now. Let's go on board Carlos. Here we are. And they're definitely, these two red cars are definitely catching the leader Jordan. And Carlos applying more pressure to JK. Behind them there's a little gap to Setwave, Stuntman and N10. Running 7th is Slicker. I'm afraid I haven't shown him for a while. That's because he's just running nicely around on his own. Not quite on the Setwave, Stuntman and N10 group, but not far behind it, and well clear of Loki and Genobi. So we're coming down the back straight with just over a lap to go. So if Carlos is going to make his move, he's got to make it soon. Braking into 90 degree, and that's Jordan gone off and disappeared. Oh, that was a disconnect for Jordan, and he wasn't going to score championship points anyway, but shame to lose him out the race. And that puts JK in front now with Carlos. This is Victory Corner, and JK's very slow out of Victory Corner. Carlos with a great run. JK doesn't even bother defending. He knows he's lost the place, and Carlos neatly through. See this from JK. Yeah, JK has dropped back now. Carlos's car, of course, undamaged. JK still running damage. Go back a little bit. This is Stuntman's view. Stuntman running fourth, and he's not really on Set Wave here, so it looks like Set Wave, as long as he doesn't make any mistakes, should hold on to third place. This is N10. He's dropped back from that little group, and and this is Slicker's view of N10. Now Slicker, I haven't shown him for a while, but he has actually he's actually got into the slipstream here of Slicker. Into turn 5, N10 sideways again, and that gives Slicker a chance to make a move. Behind them, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10 and 11 are all pretty spaced out, so we've got 3 groups of 2 cars, really. And Slicker just dropping back a bit from N10. Now the man on the move is Stuntman. He's caught up with Set Wave, but very sideways into V-curve, and Stunt drops back from Set Wave, but that's probably his chance of third place gone. Let's go on board with Slicker, and Slicker up the inside of N10 with a bit of a rub there, and N10's moving across slightly on us, bit of wheel banging down the straight, and still banging wheels, and Slicker trying to move back and brakes early. I think he was a bit spooked by all that and completely lost his rhythm. So rather aggressive stuff there from those 2 drivers, but they've done no damage, and they've come out in the same order they went into that. So that's the end of the race. Carlos has taken the win, pulling away from JK. Set Wave 3rd, Stuntman 4th, N10 5th, Slicker 6th, Loki 7th, and Genobi, Turner and Allen. And let's look at the live timings, and I'm going to swing the camera for you. So fastest lap was Carlos again. No, it wasn't. No, beg your pardon. Almost a whole 100th quicker was Set Wave on the last lap. Guys setting fastest lap on the last lap again. So Set Wave 209.28, Carlos 209.29, JK 209, Stunt 209, N10 209s, and a few drivers in the 10s. So that was a pretty good race. A few incidents and accidents, but nothing too major. I think Rick was a bit unlucky again not to get a yellow flag, but he did drive off the track himself. I've been VR Stuntman. If you've enjoyed watching this video and you're not a member of vrroom.org and you fancy some real racing with no driver aids and proper marshalled racing, then check out vrroom.org. And don't forget to check out my web channel in a week's time for round 7 at we're going to Suzuka, I think, for round 7, and then it's 2 races at the Nürburgring GPF. Thank you for watching this, and hope to see you soon.